governor of any city in Uruguay that has a coast, you need to have a proper maintenance of the beach. You need to have perfect beaches because people are really, really drawn towards the coast, and well, you won't have any boats if you don't maintain properly the beach line. All this public space has to be perfectly enjoyable for everyone. As I said, all the space is public, right? So you won't see anything disturbing much the view. Even the size of the publicity flags are regulated, and of course there's an attempt to recover the sand dunes to prevent the erosion by planting the vegetation that you see over there, and a lot of signs to create awareness in people about the importance of the public space. You cannot build any real estate along the beach either, right? Everything has to be certain meters from the highest tide. Here on your left, you see a very famous theater. Well, you see part of it. It's an open theater which has 1,500 seats. We call it Teatro de Verano. It's the theater that we use for many events, but particularly for the carnival season. The last performances of the groups that do best throughout the contest, they will have their final performances in this theater, which very much determines who will be the winner. Oh, the birds. We have 450 kinds of birds in Uruguay. So I might guess that these are some kind of pelicano. Could be. Or could be air herons as well. You know, in Spanish would be. No. They're smaller. This, let me show you here on your right hand side. This monument, the wall, the Holocaust to the Jewish population, in honor of the, to honor, of course, the tragedy of this population from 1995. And on the other side, on the left, we have the golf course. Fishing is popular, You see fishermen. Of course, we have industrial fishing and we have the local fishermen, but we prefer to eat the beef. Uruguayans are very prone to eating their beef. Yes, it's the country in the world that eats more beef. So, because we have 12 million heads of cattle grazing in the land, and we are 3.3 million people living in Uruguay. So, more cattle than people. You know, when the Spanish discovered this area, when they were exploring, they wrote down on their sailing charts, this is a land of no views. because there weren't any mines or gold. Of course, they saw the convenience of controlling the entrance into the continent. That was the reason for the existence of Montevideo, but they weren't interested in developing here the area in particular because they didn't find any mines. It was with time, once they started organizing themselves, farming activity, that it would become the cattle mine. The economy has always been based on the land here. The cattle breeding, the farming. We have enough crops to feed 10 times our population, so we export, of course, a lot. And the touristic activity is also very strong because we have more than 300 kilometers of coast. This neighborhood is called Punta Carretas, from the word carreta in Spanish or carroza in Portuguese, which would be a stagecoach, because people would come here to do their picnics back in the day by stagecoach before we had motor vehicles. So that's why the name is called, that's the reason for the name Punta Carretas. This is a very exclusive neighborhood, very upscale buildings here. This is not what the middle class can afford. This is for the upper middle class, or I would say even wealthy people of Uruguay, which is not that